Don't just buy into the hype. Get the right ball for the conditions that you're competing on. I'm Steve, this is Banner Knowledge Bowling, and we're doing a ball review for MOTIV's new Sigma Tour Pearl. Let's go! All right, let's jump into this. I feel everybody needs a low RG, moderate diff bowling ball in their bag. This one has a pearl cover on it, and I'm telling you, it's just the right amount of length and motion that you're going to want in a bowling ball. Let's throw up the ball chart here, and we're going to see that this Sigma Tour Pearl is on the middle line, and it's one spot to the right. So how do we get there? Well, I'd like to throw the core numbers up here because we're going to see that this is the original Sigma Tour. It's one of the first cores MOTIV came out with. And for the 15-pound ball, we're going to see that the RG is 2.47. So that's definitely a low RG ball. The differential is 0.047. So that's moderate from my point of view on this symmetrical core. Now, what does low RG mean? That means that this core will spin up and get into balance quickly. And that's going to give us some control on the front part of the lane and definitely on the back part of the lane. And because there's some diff in here, that's the amount the ball flares, we're going to see some motion on the back. It's not the most diff, certainly not the least amount of diff. And that's why this ball kind of falls into the middle of the ball chart. Now, what they've done is the cover they put on this is the Atomic Propulsion Pearl. And I absolutely love this propulsion cover line. In that Evoke Hysteria, boy, did that cover work really well. It could dig in, it could create angle in the back part of the lane. That had an asymmetrical core. This is a symmetrical core. So what I feel like we're getting out of this ball, it's kind of like a benchmark pearl in my bag. It gets enough length and it gets enough motion on the back part of the lane where I can use this on a variety of conditions. Now, I drilled this one 60 by 5 by 35. And I get asked a lot, Steve, why that drilling? You put that on almost everything. And my philosophy kind of is I put the same drilling on every ball and then let the ball fall where it falls on the ball chart, dictate the ball motion. If there's a ball that I really, really like, I might get one or two more and drill it a couple of different ways. Maybe pin really high, maybe a pin lower, so I can get some different motions with that ball. But basically, I put that same drilling on it so that as I go from ball to ball, I can get the difference in ball reaction from what the manufacturer intended. Let's go out on the lane. Let's throw some shots. We'll come back and talk about it very quickly. Thanks a lot. We're back. Let's wrap this up real quick. The Sigma Tour Pearl, this is kind of a benchmark pearl ball for me, where it's kind of in the middle of the chart, and I feel like this is going to fit a whole lot of different conditions. When we have house shots that have big over-unders, we need some balls that we can control when it comes off the pattern, especially right out of the gate. I feel this Sigma Tour Pearl kind of fits that bill. It digs a little, but it's clean enough. It hooks, but it's not the biggest angular piece that I've thrown for MOTIV. I feel like this new version of Pearl cover stock allows me to get into this kind of cover much sooner when I'm on my sport conditions and tournaments as well. Sometimes Pearl covers can be really, really clean and really, really angular, and they're very hard to control unless there's a lot of defined friction on the lane. Well, this propulsion cover allows me to get into these pearls quicker in these tournament conditions because they dig a little bit and they kind of read the middle part of the lane, and when they come off, they create enough motion to slap out the 10 pin. My suggestion, as always, go to your local pro shop professional. Ask them about the Sigma Tour Pearl and if it's right for you, and pick one of these up today. You will be very happy with your choice. Thanks a lot.